Hey fam! What's poppin'? Today we're diving into something super interesting about our girl Riri that might surprise you. Yes, believe it or not, one of the most influential artists in America can't actually vote in US elections. Wild, right? So picture this: Rihanna, worth billions, living the American dream, owning multiple properties in the States, and paying tons in taxes, but she can't step into those voting booths. Why? Because she's actually a proud Barbadian citizen. Let's break this down real quick. Our girl was born in St. Michael, Barbados, back in '88. Despite practically being American royalty now, she's still rocking that Barbadian passport. And you know what? She's actually not just a regular citizen, she's literally an ambassador for Barbados. Talk about queen behavior. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Even though Riri's been in the US since she was a teenager, built her empire here, and basically became the definition of the American success story, US law is pretty straightforward. If you weren't born here or haven't gone through the naturalization process, you can't vote. Period. But listen to this, our girl isn't letting that stop her from being politically active. Y'all might have seen that hilarious Instagram video where she joked about trying to sneak into the polls with her son's passport. Classic Rihanna humor, but she's using her massive platform to encourage her millions of followers to exercise their right to vote. And let's be real, when someone with over 100 million followers speaks up about voting rights, people listen. Even though she can't personally cast a ballot, she's out here making waves and influencing American politics in her own way. But hold up, this actually brings up a super interesting point about celebrity influence in politics. Think about it, Rihanna's probably more invested in American politics than many eligible voters, yet she can't participate in the most basic form of democracy. Kind of makes you think about how valuable that right to vote really is, doesn't it? So next time you're thinking about skipping an election, remember there's literally a billionaire superstar out there who would love to have the right that some of us take for granted. Pretty wild when you think about it that way, right? Meanwhile, the funny thing is, Rihanna's actually more invested in American politics than many US citizens. She's been vocal about various political issues and has used her massive platform to encourage voter participation. Just check out her recent Instagram video where she hilariously joked about trying to use her son's passport to sneak into the polls. Classic Riri humor, but with a powerful message about the importance of voting. But here's where it gets interesting. Rihanna's situation highlights a fascinating aspect of American democracy. You can be a billionaire, employ thousands of Americans, pay more taxes than entire small towns combined, but without citizenship, you can't cast a single vote. Wild, right? The only ways Rihanna could vote would be either by going through the naturalization process or if there were major changes to voting laws, both of which seem unlikely in the near future. But that hasn't stopped her from making her voice heard in other ways. With over 100 million social media followers, she's arguably more influential than many elected officials. Think about this. While she can't personally vote, her words and actions can potentially influence millions of eligible voters. That's some serious, indirect political power. And let's be honest, she's doing more to encourage civic participation than many who can actually vote. Here's another fascinating detail: while Rihanna can't vote, she can still donate to political causes and engage in political advocacy, within certain legal limits. So while she might not be able to cast a ballot, she's definitely not powerless in the political arena. So next time you're thinking about skipping an election, remember there's a billionaire superstar out there who would love to have the right you're taking for granted. Use your voice, because some of the most influential people in our country can't use theirs in the voting booth. And hey, who knows? Maybe one day we'll see Riri going through the naturalization process. But until then, she'll keep being the queen of influence, even without a vote to her name. Stay savage, fam. Don't forget to smash that like button and hit subscribe for more surprising celebrity facts you never knew you needed.